not long after I'd gotten there, they started talking about this big storm coming across the Pacific, and oh, they're talking about the Columbus Day storm, and oh yeah, oh I remember the Columbus Day storm, and we're like, well, damn, I mean, how how seriously should we take this, right?
Right.
Because I mean, that if they call for snow in Dallas, Texas, it's like, yeah, right, you know. I mean, it might happen, but they're going to say it four times for it to happen once because they're just so excited about it potentially snowing. And I'm wondering, is that the same thing here,
Oh
right?
my gosh. Well, the hurricane thing, which was supposed to have come and visited us in, I don't know, what was it, late August, September, some such thing. It was a tempest in a teapot. I mean, it was the
Mm,
most, uh, you know, mild. It wasn't anything worse than just a regular little storm. And
that's right. I
everybody,
do remember
yeah,
though that
yeah, and
that
everybody
that.
had their hair on fire
Oh
with
yeah,
it.
well
Yeah.
that's because you'd never gotten hit with a hurricane, I guess, in recorded history, right?
Something like that.
I
But
thought that's what it
yeah,
was, but what? Yeah. Okay. Well, I understand that we're playing a game,
we are playing a game, and we
so
and
I thought,
someone has very thoughtfully
yeah.
given it the usual title, Sunday Fun Day.
Well, that was me. I showed up before I realized that you had given us an ETA. So I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and get set up. I'll be the guy who's getting
On
her
the
done.
ball.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
Hey, so
so-
I had asked David a question.
oh
I
dear.
think maybe last week after we had played some Austerlitz. Um,
Okay.
this is regarding integrating skirmishers with cavalry. I'd noticed when you guys were playing Chertusitz that there were a group of Austrian Grenzers sort of mixed in with the Austrian
Yeah.
cavalry over
Yeah.
on, I guess it would have been the Austrian left. And I was just
Uh,
thinking, like, was that a normal thing? Is that something I should be trying to do to provide a little bit of firepower punch to my
uh,
cavalry?
honestly, I couldn't figure out why they were there. So first of all, no, I don't have any specific awareness that that was a thing
Okay.
that got done. Not to say that it wasn't, but I mean, I don't recall it being a thing. And I'm also not really clear, like, what problem are they really solving? They are incredibly susceptible to getting charged by cavalry on the open.
Exactly.
So, other than somebody countercharging to protect them, and then I guess, if they, if other cavalry charges and gets disordered, then I guess these guys can shoot at them. But I don't know. I mean, it seemed like a very odd thing to do, and I did not really understand what to do with them. And I think, if memory serves, yeah, David didn't either.
Okay.
um, they feel kind of like just the opportunity for the enemy to score a few extra strength points of loss against you. Not much more than that. So I don't know.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. I was curious because obviously by the time the Napoleonic Wars roll around, you start to
Hmm.
have horse artillery attached to your cavalry divisions and cavalry
Right,
brigades and things like
right.
that. And
Very,
so
very different.
I was thinking, well, is this a some sort of early precursor to it that they would have had at least a little bit of firepower from the
Yeah,
skirmishers. So that's
maybe.
all that's and so that's what
Yeah,
had prompted me to
yeah.
uh,
I
to
mean,
pose the question.
I guess the difference there is that for all that the horse artillery is, also somewhat fragile.
Hmm.
On the other hand, it can get out of there in a hurry, whereas the skirmishers on foot certainly can't. So they don't seem like they're as effective in dealing out firepower or in getting out of the way when enemy cavalry swings around. So I don't know. I'm having a hard time imagining that they're terribly effective in that use.
Okay. Well, I thought I would inquire since.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess we can keep experimenting with it and see what happens.
Okay. Okay. Well, that was my little question. The one thing that
All
I
right.
did do here in the line, remember the artillery that was forced to limber because I rolled that
Yes.
special result? Um,
Yes.
I forgot, but they're not supposed to be stacked with infantry that's in line. So they would have to have displaced back. So I moved them
Ooh.
back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I see. That's an interesting question. That is absolutely the intent. Um, but since aren't haven't we been playing with the well, in fact I know we are. Um now you
So
got me
so
thinking of now
unlimbered
you got me
unlimbered artillery can be with infantry in line. But limbered artillery can only be with infantry that is in march column.
yeah.
So I just moved them
Um
back.
okay. Well, I mean that is entirely in keeping with the standard rules.
Yeah,
Yes.
I
So, all right.
um, yeah,
Yeah. Presumably they're ducking back to go find some ammo.
exactly. They're trying to find whoever their military, what was it, commissars.
Commissar? Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds reasonable. All right. Okay. Well, so it looks like we are still pretty early in the turn based upon the fact that we're only one down on the end turn marker. Looks like we've definitely seen some activations on either side, but I guess it's probably time to chuck some dice, and I'm guessing we're still +2 for the Prussians.
Nope, you're +5 because I had rolled the command confusion. So
Okay, where is he?
who? Frederick?
Dawn.
Dawn is over here somewhere.
Oh, you didn't put a marker on him.
Uh,
See, that's why I thought it was just +2 because I didn't see a marker on him.
oh, what marker am I supposed to put on him?
Oh, we don't know because the vassal module doesn't give us one. But
Oh,
I mean, we were just
I just remembered
especially
that he. Well,
okay.
I once
Yeah,
again had rolled a.
especially if we're going from one week to another, it's probably
Yeah.
better to
Oh, trust
not
me,
count
I
on your
I
memory.
I remember. I remember how how
Okay,
how
all
poorly
right,
my
all right,
Austrians behave. So there's
very
no worry
nice.
about that.
All right, well then I guess I'll chuck some dice at +5.
Yeah. Even
Woo!
roll a 0-1. Oh.
Well, got enough to advance the end turn marker for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And looks like another one for the Prussians. And let's see, what do we got now? We've got looks like maybe I'd like to do Kilo Oscar. That's this guy over here.
Okie doke.
If that
Works
appears
for
to make
me.
sense to you, all right. And I will activate all of these. Pardon me. I will activate all these grenadiers back there as well. Are there just two of them?
There were 3.
I'm looking for where's the other grenadier. Well, you hate it when that happens, don't you? Oh,
What's
is
he?
he under the howitzer?
He's under the howitzer.
He's under the howitzer. Okay. All right. Very good. All right. So then we'll go ahead and do that. They are obviously within reach of the king. So no need to worry about that. And then we'll go ahead and we'll worry about marching up and down the square. I think that's what we'll do. And interesting. Okay. All right. Well, then let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right then. 1. Whoops. Hold on. Is he still sitting on? No, he's not on there, but it doesn't matter. I could just move off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same thing with him. And we will move. Oh, okay. We'll move him up 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll do right there. And then we'll go 1, 2, and 1, 2. And then refresh my memory. Sunken is going to be.
Sunken Road
For-
cost 4.
What about for infantry?
For infantry, Sunken Road is 2 if you're in line.
Okay. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3. Because they're grenadiers.
Mm-hmm.
And then 4. And he's going to go 1, 2, 3. And of course, then I didn't mean to pick up Penavere, but I almost did. All right. And then this other poor bastard is back here kind of in a jam because he's got guys in front of him. Let's see, if he changed, he would go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's really not going to be very good. But what the hell, I guess I got to do it. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And so then he is going to be finished. And he is going to be finished. And he's going to be finished.
Well, you do need to do a disorder check for the 2 guys that went across the
Indeed,
Sunken
so
Road.
good,
Yeah.
good point. Very good. We'll do him first. I don't think that's going to go very well for him. Especially because it's at least, no. Yeah, for grenadiers, they're not very good. And now I'm just randomly clicking buttons as I do. I think you're all familiar with how this works.
Yeah. Been there, done that.
Yeah. And disorder right there. Okay. And then the other one we'll do here. Well, definitely a lot better roll there. Apparently every one of them has got a turned ankle. So that's a good time. Okay, and then do I feel like moving the leader anywhere? Probably so, actually. I will move him. Yeah, we'll we'll just put him there. All right, very good. All right, well, I think that's it for the movement. I mean, I could go ahead and just slide this up here. He doesn't appear to have been finished yet, so I'll just finish him right quick. And I'm kind of wondering, since we haven't really done anything with these guys, I maybe should go ahead and shoot them just because I can. Although I think, if memory serves, they don't have much chance of being effective where they are. 6-pounders at 3 hexes.
6-pounders at 3 hexes is going to be times 4, so you're going to have 8 to 10 with minus. Well, I
10.
presume you're firing on the guy that's in the village, right?
Yeah, but that's what I was aiming at.
So, yeah, with a minus 10.
Would it be a little better to fire on him?
Nope,
I
because
don't
I've
know,
got a
'cause-
fire defense of 15 in the sunken road.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you know what? I'll go ahead and fire at him. It's going to be 1-to-1. I'm sorry, it's 1 to 1.5 though, isn't it?
Right, 1 to 1.5 with a minus 10.
Yeah, so that needs to be a pretty good roll.
Mm-hmm.
One that I am almost certainly incapable of making. Yeah, it would need to be a 90 plus, right?
Yeah. Hey, you got 10% chance.
Yeah, spoken like a guy who's got a contract for supplying gunpowder to the army.
You can always get a special result.
Or I could just
No.
miss entirely. Yeah. All right. I think I'm just going to move him up just so we can get better odds next time.
There you go.
And so they will be marked as finished and finished. And surely that's enough. No, it's not. And stop calling me. Yeah, right.
Stop
Okay.
calling me Shirley. Yes, indeed.
That's what it is. That is what it is. Okay. Well, we're going to do some charging action here. And I will do it with these two.
Okay.
And so we'll go ahead and roll for this guy first. Pretty
He's-
confident I
he's
don't need to flip
committed.
that one over. We'll flip over the other. Well, we'll try the other one.
No,
All right,
that's
so
a good
they're
one too.
Both in. All right, very good. All right, so we will charge uno, dos, tres.
All right, so now I have the exciting option to either countercharge you or not.
You have that option.
Well, we'll give it a shot. What the heck? 44. I think that's good enough for these guys.
Boy, I sure hope so.
Well, they're not the best in the universe, but they're better than a poke in the eye.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Could be worse, and we'll probably find someone who's worse before too long. Okay, so that's that, and then
Yeah.
we'll come home. I know this is going to shock you, but here we go. Here we go. You believe it? You believe it?
I do. I will see if I
Now-
can't engage you with this chap.
hmm
Oh, not today.
Oh, yeah. That's gonna be disappointing for him.
And he
Of
is
course.
shaken, correct?
Yeah, and
Okay.
just to add insult to injury, I mean, I got to stop anyway, so I couldn't
Yeah.
have continued charging you anyway. But you could have evened up the odds.
I was trying to help out that poor guy on the end, but
Yeah, it's not gonna maybe end all that well. All right, so my guys obviously would have +5 to whatever because they charge 3 hexes. They are heavy cavalry, so +5 looks like to me. And then they're
ooh, wow, they're pretty good.
what is that? A 5 and a 6, which is going to round to a 6. So what is that? 11.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to be 7.
Yep.
4 plus 2 plus 1. Okay. All right. So it's going to be +4, whatever it is.
Yep.
Okay. All right. And the odds are going to be 2 to 1 because I don't think there's a 2.5 to 1 on the close combat.
No, there's only 2 to
table?
1.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, then 2 to 1 plus 4 is what it's going to be.
Yep.
Shall we?
Oh, that's a big one.
Oh, that's
So
going to be
that's
what,
going to
9?
be, uh, yeah. Well, plus 4. So if the difference is, yeah, so it's the same
Yeah, yeah,
difference. So
9.
2 to
Yeah.
1 and 9. So that's going to be a
3R.
3R. Ouch.
Mm,
Ouch.
yeah, that's going to leave a mark.
Well, that's they're only here for they're doing their job.
Mm.
All right, so now we've got to go back 6, I think. So one,
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5, and I can't. Can I end up on top of somebody else who's already stacked? So if I just go
Nope.
back this way,
No.
okay.
Are you? You
So 1,
well,
2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I mean, how do I end when I've got people that are 6
right.
behind me?
I believe.
I mean, I got to be able to go further,
Yeah.
or
No.
someone's
No.
got to displace, right?
Yeah. I think it's you go further, but the trouble is, I don't know about you, but I've played more than one game,
Oh, well, good.
and
So you should know exactly.
these no, I mean more than one game system. That's the
Ah,
problem, right? It's like, what are the rules again? Let's see. Route retreats cannot end its route retreat movement in a hex with any other units. Units that begin a route retreat stacked together must remain stacked. A routed stack. Uh, where is it telling me a unit cannot end its route retreat movement in a hex with any other units? Okay. Routed stack will only split. Yeah. Unit cannot route retreat the full distance. Loses a strength point. Unit. I can't believe I'm not seeing it. I mean, to me, the obvious thing is you just retreat one more hex and call it good. But
okay.
if memory serves, if you route retreated into a routed unit, then they automatically route again.
Right.
So just so you know, I mean that's
Mm-hmm.
the effect of it, right? If you chose to run that way, it would guarantee that guy runs another six
Another
hexes or
6
four,
hexes, right?
whatever he is. I guess he's cavalry. So um, the other guys obviously would have the chance of rolling, but I can't believe I'm not finding it. It doesn't seem. Uh, I'm sure it's here, and I just don't see it. But I mean, that's the logical thing, right?
Yeah.
If you can't end your route retreat stacked with any other hex, stacked with any other units, then I mean the obvious thing is you just retreat one more hex until you're not.
So with the morale check, what modifiers do we have on this morale check?
Right. So I think being in line helps you. So your cavalry, for example, are in a supported line.
Right.
So I believe that's going to give you a -10 because this is a morale check foxtrot. So friendly unit retreats.
Mm-hmm.
So the usual 50% losses, disordered and shaken, all have an effect.
Right.
The formation you're in has an effect. Ooh, yeah, that's not good. For column, it's going to be a +5.
Right.
But your cavalry are in a supported line, so they're going to be -10. So the cavalry should probably be okay, but the infantry maybe not so great.
Yeah. I think I will send them over here, basically 6 back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and have this guy go dashing back another
Through the
6
snow,
hexes. Yeah,
dashing through the
exactly.
snow. Yeah.
So we can send him back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 this way, along the same
Okay.
little exciting hex spine.
And then that guy needs
And
to
that guy will
roll.
roll. Yep. And park him there. And then here, I think that's the guy. Yep, here we go. Let's see what we got.
Yeah.
80.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
He's
No
happy.
problem. Okay. All right. Well, that's a pretty good time. I think you got to agree. All right. I will advance with that unit right there, and I will roll for pursuit points. Dose. Isn't that funny? Um, I mean, he's half dead. I don't need to do anything magical here. All right, good enough. I will. I will. I will attempt to recall then right now, right here. So we'll do that. And I didn't even look at my effectiveness rating, but if
I
I'm not a
think he was in the
35,
20s
I'm
or
in.
something.
I'm in.
Yeah,
Yeah, there
he's
we go.
22.
So he
Yeah.
is. He's totally fine. So all good there, and that was the end of close combat. And so we're going to see how that goes.
Okay. Well, another victory chalked up for the Prussians there, running out of
Yeah.
cannon fodder for you.
Well, I have every confidence that you can bring me more.
Well, that's part of the objective here.
Okay. All right. Well, very good. All right then. I think it's your role then for the next. Oh, excuse me. Let me flip
Oh,
over
yeah.
the leader there, and over to you.
Okay, here we go. Let's see what we get. That's another one for you.
Well, what a deal.
Indeed.
Seems like I've done all my cavalry. So, all right. Well, then mayhaps we'll have to do something else like must be Ponvitz. Yeah, must be. Unless, David, you've got something that you've got an ambition for.
Nothing important over there that can.
Okay, all right. So Ponvitz is right here, by
Oh,
the
okay.
way.
Our favorite man.
And yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's within reach of the king, so he doesn't need to roll for nothing. Not nothing, you hear me?
Not nothing.
That's what I'm saying. All right, we've got some. First of all, I just want to make sure I have got all eyeballs on all of his guys. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's good. All right, then we'll go ahead and do. Everyone's in command. I will go ahead and remove disorder from him. I will have to roll for this guy back here. I'm not confident that that's going to be enough. Oh, it is.
Just
Okay.
barely. Because
Yep,
is it just a straight up number, or is it modified
It's
by
a
him
straight
being
up
disordered?
+5.
Oh, okay.
It's always a +5. So yeah, that's that. Okay. All right then. Then we'll start advancing, and we said it was 2.
Yes.
All right. So he's going to come out of extended line. So that's 2 right there, and then that's 3, and that's 4. And and that's going to be the same thing here.
Whoops, he just
Or
disappeared.
not.
They put on their cloaking device.
You guys wouldn't imagine that here's a guy who uses a computer all day long. But that's kind of what it is. Okay. You do believe that? Okay. I don't know if I feel very good about that, but thanks. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing with this guy. And that's going to be 3 and 4. And then these guys are going to come up 1. And we'll just stop right there. Okay. I don't know what the hell's going on with this howitzer back here. I'm
It's
probably
not a
some
howitzer,
drunk.
it's a mortar.
A mortar. Terribly sorry. Yes, I think I was mostly just getting him out of the way.
It looks like it's almost but completely worthless. At
Mm.
at best, it's ×2 at range 2 or 3.
Oh wow.
For everything
Okay.
else, it's just ×1. So I don't know
Well,
what you're
since
supposed to be doing with it other than shelling some sort of
uh,
fortified place, I guess.
yeah, he should be back in Prague, shelling the
Shelling
the city.
brown. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's kind of weird, but I believe you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the heads up there.
Well, when you flipped
Uh,
him over,
Getting
he's got a totally different image on his
oh, I
back than
know. I
everybody else.
remember him
Yeah.
looking super weird. Yeah.
Why? Why is he heading the other direction?
I think I was moving him to get him out of the way because I was shifting some guys east. And and now that I realize how useless he is, I think he is going to
He's
stay
gonna
right
keep
where he
going
is.
that way.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm
the
thinking.
road to Prague is that way. Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Where you should have been in the first place. The Kaiserstrasse is right up the way. Adios. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do that right now. So let's see. It's going to cost him 2 to move into road order. And then we're going to move him. Let's see. That's 2 for road order. That's 3. That's 4. And then we're going to go ahead and clone. Do I still have one around here? Yeah, I do. Clone. And there we go. They're heading back to Prague, where they should have been in the first place. That was really supposed to get more laughs than it did, but whatever. I hope the
I'm
folks
chuckling.
in
We've
Kitchener,
got
Ontario
yes.
are
If William is
laughing.
watching, let us know whether
Excellent.
this particular
Excellent.
bit of comic relief is
Yeah,
the sort of
that's
thing
really
that you'd
what
like
you
to see.
needed.
Smash that like button, people. Smash that like button.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
Poke me with a fork.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Time for you to throw some dice, David.
You got it.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Special
special
something.
result.
Special
Prussian
result.
something.
Three for the good guys is a
Ah,
free
this
combat
is
segment.
Free combat. Wow. It's like a party.
Woo! All right. Geez, I don't know. You want a free combat segment?
I don't know if I have anything that's worth trying to do a free combat segment with here, do I? I could do a charge, right?
You could charge with a free combat segment. You could.
Stuff just has to go in whatever direction it's facing, kind of thing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yep.
have to. You're starting the close combat segment, so you can only do charge movement.
Right. And what's the effect of disorder?
Well, the disorder is you can't charge.
No, of the defender.
It's their increments are halved.
And he wouldn't be able to reaction.
Right.
Okay. Now, do you have anything over there with?
I was looking. I'm not completely like thrilled with what I could do. I mean, I could do a little, but it's not urgent to me to do it because, frankly, I've got my second wave sitting back in the back, and I don't really want the front wave getting any farther ahead. So I'm not really convinced that I need to.
What about that one?
He can't charge anybody. He's too far away.
It's got charge rating of 4, right? He can't charge that.
Oh, he could charge him. Well, that's a really good point. That would be like candy from a baby sort of thing, wouldn't it? No, you're quite right. Actually, now that I see that, and who is that? That's Kilo Oscar.
Yes, that's the guy that just went.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, one, two, three, four. Okay, all right. And then, do I want to do anything with this guy? Probably not. I might though.
Now I have. Let's see. What do I got over here?
Hmm. Oh, I see.
I have three. No, that's
Yeah, I don't know. Could you could get that guy out of a jam by charging with these guys, right? Vaporize his hussars over there and keep him from messing with your guy in the flank here.
well, I don't know if I'd vaporize them, but
Oh, come on. What kind of hussar
Have you
are
not
you?
have you not seen my troops? The quality of my troops, David.
Oh, and what do we got? We got, yeah, this guy here who's disordered.
yeah,
Hmm.
that's. I
And
was looking at
so
that one.
you
Yeah.
can't hit him very far away. But on the other hand, he's disordered. So, and you're double stacked there, right? So,
Yep.
seems like you could kind of mess him up.
Yeah,
So,
you have
between
4-1 odds.
honestly, between the three of those, looks like you kind of got a fair number of things you could do, and with reasonable odds, I would think.
So, well, I'm not real happy with either one of those because that one's coming uphill.
Yeah, but you're. Oh, I'm sorry. When I saw that he was double stacked, I didn't realize it's because he had an increment loss marker under him. So, okay, yeah, that does change the things a little bit.
Yeah. So that's 1-1 uphill, and the other would be one
Yeah,
and a half.
the other
Going
one's one and a
through
half to one, so that's probably
yeah,
better.
but I mean,
Yeah, okay, I take your meaning. It's not a slam dunk the way I was thinking.
yeah, I do kind of like that one.
Sure. I
So,
mean,
but as
anytime
I
that.
said, you've got that opportunity over there also that possibly.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, obviously going after shaken or disordered, they're kind of both achieving the same thing. I don't know which one's more urgent. I mean, y- you've you've got another turn of getting units unshaken before you can kind of get back to your full deal. So I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea for you to go ahead and take it and and just go ahead and put him a little bit more back foot.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll try that. So,
All right, so we're giving it to uh, Kata,
yeah,
right?
and I believe he's
Yeah, he's the commander for all that cavalry over there of yours.
yeah,
Right.
and everybody's in range there because
Oh
he's
yeah.
in
Yeah,
range
yeah.
of Eden, who's in range of the.
Oh, actually, yeah, absolutely. Actually, for the
Actually,
special
it
events,
doesn't matter.
for this, yeah, the special event, the only thing that matters is a leader and units within his command radius. So it actually doesn't matter if he's
Oh,
in command or not.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see if he's going to go in. Oh, I'm pretty sure they're going in.
Yeah.
Seems plausible. Yeah.
All right. So,
Uh, big, big move there.
All right, and then I've
All
got a
right.
stand, and I've got somebody in my flank, so
You
that's probably going to be a modifier,
do.
and I'm
Yeah.
disordered. So
So it's
let's
going
see.
to be
This
plus
is a
15.
plus 15. Okay, let's see what we
Yeah.
can get. 26. That's not going to be any
Uh-oh.
good. They're going to be shaken as well.
Yeah.
We can kiss
Yeah.
their butts
Oh,
goodbye.
yeah, no kidding. That's not. So now we're at 4-1, and plus a lot.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's It's not great.
Well, this is the luck the Austrians have had so far this game.
Okay, so that's 4, 5, 6 on the attackers, and then 0.
Yeah, I've got 5 minus 5, so
It's
0.
actually -3 for the defender because, follow my logic here.
Okay.
So you got 3
Yep,
printed value +2, so there's
that's
5.
5, right?
You got -5 for being shaken. You got -5 more because there's somebody not participating in the combat who's facing your flank. Now, the important distinction there is he has to be facing your flank, which in this case he is.
Where does it say -5? I see on my chart it says -3.
-5 for shaken.
Right, no, but then you said -5 for him being in my flank. Did you just
I'm sorry.
misspeak?
No. I either misspoke or you misheard. It was -5. So it's 3 printed value plus
Yeah.
2 because your
Yeah.
enemies and so there's 5 -5 for shaken.
Right.
So we're back
so
to
we're
0.
back to 0.
Now -3 more for
Okay.
passive enfilade, they call it, because the enemy's in your flank. So
Yep.
-3. So the attackers are, what did we decide? 6? Yeah, 6 to -3. So it's +9. 4 to 1 +9.
Right.
Yeah, you got to
Okay.
roll really badly to save me. Well,
You
I
did.
that's a
rolled
good.
pretty bad.
You rolled really badly.
So that's going to be a +1, I guess, at 4 to 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 1D and 2R, if I'm looking
wow,
at that
1D,
correctly.
2R. Wow. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, might as well. Yeah, because compared to the alternate, it could have been a whole lot worse.
All right. Yeah, well, I've had, at this point, half of my troops have surrendered, so it seems to be whenever there's an opportunity to surrender, they do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah,
All
a nice
right.
clean retreat route there.
Yeah,
so
well, I
that
left a
was
path
nice.
there for exactly that purpose.
No, you shouldn't do that. You're just telling the troops it's okay.
No, I just didn't want to have some other poor. Well, who else could? The other person I could have put there would have been this unit.
Yeah, that would have been a bad
Yeah,
idea.
and then that
Having
would
a
have
shaken
been-
unit
yep,
in the way would
yep.
have just been, yeah, Nadazdi are there or not, it would not have been a great thing.
Yeah.
All right, so then
So he went- all right. So I can.
he
move-
went straight south and west, and let's see, how does that work again? I want to make sure I'm stating this correctly. So we're advancing after combat, and
And they're disordered, so whatever you roll for the
yeah,
the pursuit would be halved, I guess, right?
Advancing units may freely change facing in any direction after moving into the vacated hex, but only if that hex is not in an EZOC, which it isn't, with the exception that cavalry that can pursue a retreating enemy is required to change facing as part of the advanced pursuit procedure, even if they are in an EZOC. Direction of this facing change determined by the direction taken by the routing unit. So what that means is you can adopt southwest or south, because
Cool.
either one of them would get you. By the way, you want to put a routed marker on? Oh, I'm sorry.
He's got
you
one on
just
him.
did.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because when I went to go click on him, he was still showing.
Yeah, every now and again, Vassal seems to do that. I've noticed.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
and it tends
internet
to
was
be
just-
yeah. When I'm manipulating the counters, it shows. But I notice sometimes
Yeah.
when my opponent's manipulating it, like the disorder marker doesn't show up until I click on the stack.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I had not observed that. I definitely see it when somebody's doing something and I'm hovering over it and I got the pop up.
Mm-hmm.
The pop-up doesn't update, but in this case that's really weird. Until I clicked on it, it wasn't there. All right, well then roll for pursuit points. Oh, well, you don't have to because the enemy's in your zone of control,
Yeah.
so no reason for
I
pursuit
will
point.
share a comment that our friend William Arens from Kitchener, Ontario, Canada, has shared.
A very reliable
He says
fellow.
these episodes are certainly cautionary tales for anyone who might be tempted to try the elaborate gameplay of Battles of the Age of Reason.
Well, I don't know if it's a warning.
We're having fun, William. We're having fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If that's what you're worried about, William, that we might be having fun, or that you might be having fun playing this game, well, then you're quite right.
I think it's the cautionary tales is maybe the occasional reference we have to make to the rules, but
Yeah, well, I do feel occasionally like a Talmudic scholar.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, which is I get that, but whatever. I enjoy the heck out of it.
mm-hmm.
All right. Well, very good. That was a fun special event.
Well, go ahead and roll again, David. Roll a 0-1 this time. Make me
I'll
happy.
roll a 0-3 again, and I can. Okay,
I rolled
that's
just
another.
big 7-6. It's another one.
That's
for
That
another
us.
still does.
yeah,
It doesn't do me any good.
Nope, not really. All right, David, you still got one or two.
2 infantry.
Okay,
there.
both of them Trescal, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to do anything. Yeah, I mean, I think what I'd like to do is I'd like to follow up the cavalry. So, you know, if you want to turn some guys and bring them to follow up the cavalry, that would be helpful. I guess I'm thinking more in terms of I rather than B. I don't have the order of battle in front of me, so I'm not 100% sure who I and B are.
Yeah. B is who's B?
Where the hell is I? Oh, Ingersleben. Oh, okay, Ingersleben, right?
All right. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. Unfortunately, I can't get too far ahead. On
No, it's like as David and I were talking before you started the live stream that yeah, I'm feeling really frustrated by how slowly and disorganizedly this is being done. I have a strong suspicion that if this was on an actual paper map, I wouldn't be having this much trouble.
The green hexes. There's also one movement point.
The green
Yes, I
hexes
think
are considered clear,
yeah,
so they're
they
just there for artistic purposes. They're kind of showing the little fields and gardens around the little hamlets.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just Rick Barber being Rick Barber.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So I was thinking, whoops, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oops. 4.
Other four. Yeah.
And I'll just put these guys on top, just so we can keep track of the king. And let's see, and kind of do the same thing with the infantry under the howitzer. So 1, 2, whoops, 3, 4. Same thing with the 1, 2, whoops, 3. And 1, 2.
Turn
3.
and advance. 4. Sure.
And
Looks good to me.
where's my commander there?
Is he
Inger's
under-
garden.
He's here with the howitzer that,
With the howitzer. Okay.
Yep.
and I guess the howitzer's moved, so you'll
Yeah, he's
just move him wherever you want to move him.
Right. all right. That keeps everybody in command there. Where is Treshcal, anyways?
He's under this guy that's routed, I think.
Oh, yes, he is.
Yeah.
Oh dear. So
all right.
he
That'll help
can he can help him
Yep.
try to get his act together.
Okay.
All right, it's back to
Back to
you.
you, Michael.
Ah, so it is. So it is. Here I am chucking dice. Uh-oh.
That's one
There
That's
you
for
not
go.
good.
us. Let's
5 for the
see if
bad
there's some
guys. That's
other.
free combat segment for you, yahoos.
Well, and so who does that affect? I've got to pick a command,
You pick a command
right?
that's eligible for free fire combat or close combat segment. Um, gosh, you you already done it once with your
I did it
special
with the guns.
artillery
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
commander. I just don't remember if that was this turn or
That
not.
was it was. That's what I
Okay.
rolled that 09 result and got the guns to limber accidentally.
Oh, right,
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 the
right,
the
right,
ammo
right. Okay.
exhausted
All
thing.
right. So not necessarily that useful to you at the moment.
Right. So I was
Um,
curious then with the I just to kind of get a sense of so I couldn't fire like my Grenzers because they're not part of a command.
yes, because I mean, the specific language almost always is pick a leader and the units within his command radius, and usually it says something like and any independent units stacked with him or any of his units.
Right.
So yeah, the pure independent units rarely actually get to participate in those.
Okay. Cool. Good to know. I will. I've got some guns that can fire. These ones over here on this hill. So I could activate. Who is this? Starmberger. And we've got some people that can fire. So I think this is your guy here, right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got some howitzers at a range of 4.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And they are going to be times
Doesn't the
3.
commander have to be on top of the gun for that?
I don't think so. Let's take a quick look. But because that unit is stacked with a unit that's in his command range, I
Okay.
think that's going to work. And I will just double check under special results, lead free combat center. Pick one command and any independent units that are stacked with a unit or leader of the command.
Leader or leader. Yep. Okay. Got
Yeah,
it.
so because and that's the funny part, because even if you had that very same line there and the infantry and the artillery weren't stacked, then the artillery can't participate.
Right.
But in this case, yeah, they totally can. So yeah, 4.
Okay. So, yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's times 3 at that distance.
Okay, so
So
6.
it's
All
going to be
right,
6
so
to 10. So that's going to
all right,
be
1 to 2.
1 to 2. And what have you
Plus
got there?
15. 14 strength points, or 14 size.
Yeah.
So what, is that going to be plus 15 or is that plus 10?
That's going to be plus 15.
Yeah, it is
Okay.
going to be
Well,
plus
here
15.
we go.
All
Let's
right,
see
so
what we can
1 to
roll.
2 plus 15. Bang it out.
76 plus 15. That's going to be a
91.
91.
Ooh, yeah, that seems like that ought to be
That's
something,
enough
right?
for a hit, it looks
Yeah,
like.
that's a hit. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a hit. And the actual die roll was even.
Yep, so it's a
So
morale
I
check too.
will take the increment there, comme ça, and I will. Ooh, now this is an interesting one. I don't think about this one very often. If I look at the morale check summary, it's going to tell me this is a fire combat result, so it's A. I have an enemy in my flank, so actually there's going to be a plus 10 for the enemy in my flank. I mean, he's not facing my flank, but he doesn't
Right.
have to be. So that's going to be plus 15, including the fact that he is disordered already. So we get that, and
Oof, special result.
special
Or
result.
is it?
Yeah, for a fire combat result, there should be one. Yeah, there it is. So this is morale check A,
Okay.
Prussian 6. If a
Yeah.
unit stacked with a leader, it's pass. Otherwise, we re-roll with a plus 10. So I'll just re-roll with a plus 10. All right, never mind. Okay. So got that shot in. That's pretty good.
All right.
Is this other artillery also? Yeah, it is.
Yep,
So
yep.
the other
I
artillery,
think they're
although
going to
it's obviously
fire,
a
let's
lot
see,
farther
one,
away.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
That's one possible target.
Yeah.
Or, let's see, can I hit this guy here? Oh, this is a pretty good size one there, isn't it? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, that's a range of 8. So the difference between 7 and 8, well, they're both times 3.
Well, then go
But
for the
here
bigger
I'd have,
target. Then
big target, a big plus.
totally.
So
Yeah.
so I'll fire here. So it's going to
At-
be the same thing. It's going to be 6 to 10. But you've got
Okay, 1 to 2 then.
the equivalent of 20 increments there, right?
That's right. Yep.
So it's going to be plus
absolutely.
25.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what we can do. Oh, that's probably not good enough. At
That's
1
a
to 2.
Labatt roll for you there, brother.
Yep, I'm sure I'll pull plenty of those tomorrow night. All right, that's a miss. All right, so I put a little finish marker down near my guy so that I know that he
Okay.
has
Try to
been
help
used for
remember
something
that.
magical.
Okay. Very
Yep.
good. Very good.
Okay. All right, I
All
think it's
right.
back to you again, Michael, to see what you can roll.
Okay. Well, I'll try to roll better this time.
Well,
That was
hey, what
not
do you
better.
know? That's one for
That was
me.
actually not in any way better. But
Wow,
whatever.
I
What are you
actually
gonna
get to do something. I'm so
All right.
happy.
Oh,
I'm so happy.
I'm so happy. I am somebody. The
All
new
right.
phone books are here. The new phone books are here.
Oh my gosh.
Glad you got that one, David.
What should I do? Who should I activate?
I always
well,
got more excited about the Sears catalog, but
well, I'm going to activate a bunch of my artillery, and I'll activate my Grenzers so they can actually get a shot off before they get blown to hell.
So you say.
Yeah, yeah. And I'll activate this Grenadier so he can get out of harm's way before he gets rolled over by your cavalry. So I think what I will do is I gotta try to make some kind of line. Ugh, with my troops to deal with your incoming stuff.
That sounds German.
Let's see here. William writes, in the area of humor and the age of reason, Peter Shickley, the composer and musical parodist, in the role of discoverer of the works of P.D.Q. Pock, died last month. Oh, yes. I attended his
Terrible.
concerts in New York. When I was in band, we played some PDQ Bach. It was always a hoot whenever we had to play it, although sometimes it was terribly frustrating because he's changing, changing time signatures and everything else. I was just kind of like, well, this is very reminiscent of, as if I'd been playing Shostakovich. Same kind of thing going at 100 miles an hour. So
I actually had the great fortune to see him once at Carnegie Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Just by pure blind luck, I'm walking down the street with a buddy of mine who's like, for all that he wasn't a New York native, he was, he had adopted the city as his own. And we're walking to go somewhere, don't remember where, and he says, "Oh, there's Carnegie Hall." Like that was the most common thing you might say in the course of a day, right?
Right.
And it's not, because that's like, as far as I was concerned, it wasn't even like a real place, right?
Right.
And so we go walk. I go, so well, let's go take a look at it. We take a look at it. It says, PDQ Bach in concert tonight. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Do you have any tickets? They say, sure, I can sell you some tickets. I'm like, oh, can't believe this. So we went and saw him that night.
Wow.
And, had a blast. He was hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well done, you, William from Kitchener, Ontario.
Indeed, we are the same kind of geeky people. Apparently, he is.
Yep.
I think what I will do is I will activate Puebla here. With this.
Oh, the column.
Yep. I need to try to get them in some sort of fighting formation before they get overrun by your persnickety little people
So
here.
You can put them into fighting formation, and then they can be run
and then
over.
they can get run over. Exactly.
There you
it's
go.
all
That's the
about
spirit.
it's all about framing. It's all
Mm-hmm.
about framing. So, but let's see. First, we got to do firing, right? So let's go ahead and do some shooting with my Grenzers. So the ones that are out here, I guess they'd be on your right
On the
flank, my
village.
left
Yeah, on
flank.
the
Yep.
village there. Yep.
We'll
Yep.
go
Yep.
ahead and do some shooting with them. So this guy can fire here. He's got a range of 2, it looks like, and that's going to be
Mm-hmm.
times 2 for my Grenzers. So that's going to be
Right.
6 to 10. And I don't think there's any
Well,
pluses or minuses, are there? No, because he's
he's
just
not
got
big enough
7
for any
increments.
pluses, so
Yeah.
yeah, no, it
Yep.
looks like probably just like that.
Yep. So here we go. Let's see if we can get something big. 81. That's a good roll. But
1 to 2. I don't think one to
yep, it's
two.
not
That's
good
gonna
enough.
go.
Yep.
No.
Um, this guy here will fire on that guy there. Same thing.
Okay.
And that's a miss.
Alrighty.
All right. I'll have these 2 guys combine and fire there
Okay.
on what's left of that poor sod.
It's gonna be
So that's
1
going to
to
be
1 in this case.
6, yeah, 12, yeah, 1-to-1 shot there. 59.
Boy, all
a
that
nothing.
gunpowder
Yep.
for nothing.
Hey, it's okay. It's what they do.
Okay. Glad you feel that way.
Whoops. I flip them instead of putting a finishing marker on them.
So I guess I need to ask
Yep.
William from Kitchener, Ontario. I gather then that you've never played these games before. Is that what you're trying to tell us?
It
I'm,
will. Let's see, William. Are you playing?
yeah.
Have you played these games, or are you just a voyeur here?
Well, and you know, I mean, I totally get the idea of
Yeah.
saying, hey, well, I'll just watch some other people play. That's a good way to learn a game, really, is to just have somebody teach you across the table. This is kind of the analog of that.
Yeah.
But this is a man who has showed up week after week after week to either endure our attempted humor or to watch this game. So I just think it's interesting that if he has never played these games, that he's such a dedicated fan of the broadcast.
Well, it has to be either a combination of my good looks and the enjoyable banter, or just the enjoyable banter.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to
Yeah.
be it.
All right, I'm going to have this poor sod here take a shot at you there. So he's got 5. So it's 5 to 10. So that's just going to be 1 to 2. Let's see if we can get
No,
something
that's
in the
going to be
90s.
-5 if you shoot at that one. You probably want to shoot at the one that's due
Oh,
east
okay.
of you.
Yeah. Oh, because there's hardly anything left of him. Yeah, let's shoot at that guy
Exactly.
there. Yep. Here we go. No, that's a big miss.
All right.
And let's see if we can't click on the right counter and put a little finished marker on top of him. He's finished in more ways than one.
Indeed.
Yeah.
He might even be from Helsinki.
Yeah. Let's see. What have you got here? Hardly anything at all, right? That looks like 2, 4 increments.
I think that's been pretty shot
Yeah,
up.
this
hasn't it?
guy can fire, but I don't think he can actually achieve anything in the process. Let's see. These guys can fire there, but I don't think they can do anything. They're going to be just times 2, so that's going to be 8. And I think you've got a fire defense of 20 in that walled farm.
Is it 20? I mean, I
yeah,
know
fire
it's-
defense is 20.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna
Yeah,
be.
so I can't
little.
really score anything on that. So, I mean,
No.
what could I? Is there a special result that would do anything?
Not many.
Yeah, double fire strength reroll. I mean, maybe if I got lucky, but no, it looks like for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty remote chance for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. Well, we'll just dispense and spare the vassal dice from having to
Okay.
warm up in
They-
the electrons.
They've never spared you anything, but
They have
it was
not.
nice of you to think about
Yeah,
it for them.
yeah, I thought
Good
so.
for you.
All right, so we're going to have our Grenzers. We can have them move back. There's one, and
And I get a shot at them retreating.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, which one's moving back?
This guy was here and he moved there.
I don't know how you. Oh, yeah, you're right. I mean, this guy could get a shot out of them if they're
So
backing out of that hex there.
yeah, so you would have 2 times. I don't know, what are you? You're a grenadier, so you'd have two
Grenadier.
times three. You'd have 6 to
I have,
10.
What? No, hold
I
on.
have
He's got
three in
he's
there.
got he's got three
But
increments
he's
left.
disordered.
Well, it's disordered, but yeah.
Oh, quite so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you
Very
just
good
have
call.
six
Yep.
to six to
Yep.
10.
I don't think that's enough.
Nope, that's an R result. And we weren't doing
Use
nothing with R
those.
results.
Right. And nice stinking R
Yeah.
results.
All right, now question for you, Michael. If I then
Yes, sir.
back up into the woods,
Yes, sir.
is so I can do 2 backups or just 1 backup or
So, which unit is this? Is this
so I
your
was
infantry
here
unit?
and he moved there. Yeah,
Okay. Right.
it's a grenadier that's in
Right.
line.
Okay. So when you moved back, it cost you 2 because it
Okay.
adds 1. Right. I think what you're going to find though is if you back up into the woods, that's going to cost you 2 plus another 1. That's going to be 5, which means you'd have to rapid march, and you can't rapid march and do line backup in the same turn.
Okay.
So no. I don't believe it would be possible for you to do that. You'll just need to do a disorder check when you finish your movement.
Okay. So I guess what I will do then instead is turn. So at least this way, if you decide to come.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
but
fair.
people can go past other people, right? There's no, you hit a zone of influence and you have to stop, right?
Well, I don't know. Depends on what you mean.
Well, like this guy could move here, couldn't he? He doesn't stop when he
Um,
hits the.
well, he wouldn't have to do that anyway, right? Because he could just go there instead.
Yeah,
So,
1, 2,
I mean,
3. Okay.
and since he's grenadiers, or no, only one of the 2 units is grenadiers, they could avoid the oblique movement requirement, but the other unit can't.
Right. Okay.
So,
So if I move this guy here, then that's going to potentially block. Well, no, 1,
yeah,
2. You'd have to go
yeah. I
past
mean,
it,
it would because you'd have to, yeah, you'd have to
and
go
then you have to
around.
go up the slope, and I think that costs
Yeah.
plus 1. I'm just trying to figure out. I was trying to get him into the woods, but I can't get him there fast enough.
No,
And
no,
yeah,
no. I mean, but I think he's all right. There's still enough of your cavalry around that I don't think being in the woods is necessarily a requirement for him. Not at the current instant.
okay. All right. Well, we'll see how
Oh,
that goes.
and I get a shot at those guys from here when they move over
Ah, it's true. That's true. Boy, you can
there.
count on David. Count on David. He's not
So
an
you've got
attorney,
1.
Six
but
So you got
and
3 plus.
4, so I got 10.
How do you have
That's a
10?
Well, I got 2 times 3 for the grenadiers,
Yep.
and 2 times
Well,
2
why is
for
it
the.
2 times 3? You've only got 1 increment of grenadier.
there's only
Oh,
one
one. I'm
increment.
sorry. I thought I had 2. I was
Yeah.
miscounting. Yes, 1, 3, 3.
3, 4, 5,
7.
6, 7,
Yeah.
Yeah.
7.
So whatever
So
that
So
is.
7
1
to
to 1 and a
10.
half.
Yeah. With a minus 10.
Yeah.
0, 5. Special results.
That's a result.
Hey now.
Let's see what that is. Reroll and add to SP loss or RD result.
Okay,
Firing
so
skirmishes reroll. Am I looking at the right thing here?
no, you are. You are. So re-roll and add 1 to a strength point loss or RD result. And so what I'm trying to figure out there is, so in other words, a clean miss is still a clean miss, but if you get a hit, you're going to add
A strength
1
point
to,
loss to it.
yeah, exactly. So basically what it means is an R here would actually eliminate the unit.
Cool.
All right. So roll again. Bam.
So you got to,
That
or
doesn't do it.
not, or not. All right. Well, that's fine. That's fine. You will run him the F over shortly.
Soon enough. Soon enough. Those poor
Right.
little Grenzers. I just need more of them. I just need a whole woods of
Oh,
them.
you got what? A couple thousand of them out
I
in the
know. I
west.
know.
You got
I
all
just.
the Grenzers a man could want.
Yep. All right. Let's go ahead. We're going to move a little bit to the over here. I'm going to activate these guns here and get them moving. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I guess I'll just park that guy there. Well, can I do anything else with him? I don't know. I guess I could move him here, and then I could unlimber him, right?
Uh, you could,
Yeah,
or you
1,
could
2.
rapid march him and unlimber him in the hexa you had him in. Just you'd have to do a disorder check.
Oh,
But artillery usually have got quite good effectiveness ratings, so
well, let's see.
it's a pretty low risk. Yeah,
Is that a
exactly.
20?
See what I mean?
Did,
Yeah.
did you do a disorder check on
Oh,
those
yeah,
guys?
no, let me roll for him. Here we go. 06, a special result.
Okay, that's going to be a special result on a disorder, and that's going to be a movement action disorder 06. If the unit's printed ER is 26 plus, reroll with a plus 10. Otherwise, just reroll with nothing.
Okay, he's got a 21.
Okay, so reroll with
And
just
he's
nothing.
fine.
Okay, very good. All
Okay.
right, and then, like I said, you could do just a regular +5 disorder check for rapid march for that artillery if you'd like.
Okay, yeah, we'll try that. They're happy.
No problem. No problem.
All right, and then this guy, we need him over on somewhere where he can fire a little bit more effectively than that's
I think
part
I
of the world.
mentioned to you in my Battle of Luthen, which I haven't been able to play for a couple of weeks because I've been traveling so much, that using the fatigue rules, suddenly all these very cavalier, just do a little rapid march here, a little rapid march there, suddenly becomes a much bigger deal.
Right.
Got a fair number of Prussian units that are fatigued before they ever enter combat. It's not great.
Come on, let me put the finish marker on him. Okay. All right. Now, let's see. We've got Puebla. We need to try to get him in some sort of position. And he's got people that are way out into the hinterlands there.
Oh, that's right. He's still got a bunch of guys.
Let me
way
move
out there.
them.
Yeah.
So this guy's going to go 1, 2, and 1, 2,
2.
and 1, 2. And this guy's in road, actually. So
Oh, is there another one?
Well, he's in road right here, right?
Oh, okay.
He's also
yeah,
Puebla.
Yeah.
We put him in road column last turn.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
So he's still moving at half, right? Or does he move more than that?
But he doesn't have to worry about changing facing when he
Okay. So
when
there's
he
1,
moves along the road. So
2.
1, 2. Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay. And then this
So-
guy can go across the creek and make a disorder check. Oh, and then we have to. Here we go back to the old.
0, 2 is
0,
gonna
2.
be probably not a great result.
Reroll double all original checks and plus
All right.
modifiers.
So it's
if any.
probably gonna be +10 instead of +5 then.
Okay. Here we go. 75.
Okay, no
They're
problem.
happy. All right. So I've moved those guys that are way out in the hinterlands. And so now I got to do something here with Puebla. So, Michael, as far as like having your people lined up, is it better to have like one long line or have them staggered in some sense? So, like, I'm wondering if I put like a unit here and a unit here, and then there's a gap here, and there's a gap here, and then there's another couple of units there. Is that
Oh, I
something
see.
that would
So,
work? Or I mean, I don't know enough about the battle
primary-
tactics.
No, that's
of thing.
fine. That's totally fine. So the primary advantage to leaving a gap is to allow the cavalry to route through without having to route through,
Right.
right? Um, on the other hand, the downside is you're no longer supported line because you
Okay.
don't have a unit on both flanks. You've got the potential of somebody coming and hitting you in the flank or getting in between you and the guy next to you and then causing a modifier to any morale checks you do. So honestly, yeah, I would tend to prefer keeping a solid line, certainly on the front line. Now, if you had the luxury of having a secondary line behind it, well, the secondary line, maybe you could leave it a little bit more open because you just want to give them the flexibility to fill in any gaps that they might need to.
Right.
So I don't know. Just it kind of depends. But yeah, really, the linear tactics of this era kind of you'd be happier, I think, in a contiguous line.
Okay. Well, that's then what I will endeavor to do because that's.
Because you definitely want to take advice from your enemy.
Well, Michael, you're my friend. I know that you are genuinely giving me
Of
the best
course,
advice
of
since
course.
it's.
I should
Yeah.
I should say opponent, not enemy.
All right. So if I'm going to be turning, I'm looking at the chart to try to figure out what's what.
Yeah, that one's probably your easy one because if you think
It just
about it,
looks like it
usually
only
the
cost
senior
one to
company
turn
was at the
sideways.
yeah, because the senior company is at the head of the column
Right. And then they're on the
and
right.
the senior company is on the right of the line. So
Right.
yeah, pretty easy. Just turn to the right. That was easy. One hex and you're done.
Okay. One and done.
One movement point and you're done. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So. Uh, and then the question is, where do I want to be after that? Okay, so let's go ahead. We will just, with all these guys, we're just going to go ahead and turn them. There's one. And do we move them one hex forward? That is the operative question here. I still have
One
this
tiny
guy.
bit closer to your dome.
Yeah, we'll do
Yes.
that. Okay, and then what
There
we
you
have to
go.
try to do
It's a
is
spirit.
figure out how to get the cavalry somewhere else. Um, okay.
Oh, I was going to take care of that for you. I thought that was understood.
Yeah, no, but they're doing their job. Their job was to buy time to get these guys in position. So in that regard,
Okay.
they are being terribly successful. Okay, these 12 pounders are going to move up
Excellent.
1, 2, and then they're going to unlimber. And we'll face that way. And then this guy's going to go and do the same thing. But he's going to be in this hex here. Let's go ahead and flip him first and then rotate him. So he's there like that. And I can move Fernstein. Might as well. He's not doing any good where he's at. Let me go ahead and mark these
No.
guys as finished. And finished. And then the 3-pounder is just going to fade back like that. And I'll put a finish marker on Fahrenstein. And a finish marker there. Okay. All
Well,
right.
can Ferenstein move since she already activated to
He
do
did
his?
not activate. He got a free
It was a
shot, remember?
special. It was a fire combat
Yeah.
special result. So yeah, he
So
can still activate.
he will be flipped, right? So I won't move him
Yep.
again, but he's
Right.
then marked as well. I also have the little finish marker there, knowing that he'd already done a special thing earlier.
Right.
All right, cool. Now I've got some more guns that need to get moved around. So let's go ahead and get these guys. They're going to go 1, 2, And I think I will turn them 3, and that way I can figure out where I want to put them. All right, these guys are going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And one of these guys is going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. He's going to move with this guy's going to turn. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4 that way. All right. Got to try to race to get the guns where they can do something and save my collective bacon.
Bacon.
Bacon. Okay. Yeah, I think that's about as good as I can do for the moment. So let's go ahead and flip over that guy Puebla. And that guy's going to stay there where he was. Okay. All right, that's my little bit of excitement. I think it's my roll now.
I think it is, yeah.
Yep, here we go. 99.
Big time.
That is a big time. That's
There we
one for
go.
you guys.
Is that so?
Indeed.
All right. That's I'm down with that. And you've got one more infantry command, David, is that right?
Yes, but it's
Okay.
basically
Not urgent.
right. It's
Okay. Well, that's great. Well, I'm thinking that if you don't need one, then I will proceed apace with one of my own.
sounds good to me.
All right. I hope that sounds marvelous for all concerned. So we're going to try old Schoneich, or however the hell you say that. All the time I spent in German class did me nothing at all because I actually never went to German class. Way over on the right hand. Way over on the right hand. So he's nowhere near anybody, so I'm going to roll just to put him in command. He certainly is in command. And he's got actually a pretty good sized command there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a few. So we will avance, as they say. And we're gonna do something along the lines of 1. Oh, wait a minute. What have I got there? Nope, that's okay. 1, 2. All right. And then these guys are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2. And then this guy's actually still hasn't moved yet. And that unit, if memory serves, is pretty serious. The Garde du Corps. So I will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with him.
I think the only one that needs to make a disorder check is this guy here because he went through that sunken road there.
Is that Sunken Road? It's hard to tell because the map is overlapping there.
Well,
That's clearly Sunken Road. That clearly isn't. So, is that?
it's got the little stripes as opposed to the little dots.
Yes, I think you're right. I think you're right. All right. Well, he had enough movement points, so I'm not going to worry about that. Well, no, did he?
Well, I don't know because it
No, he didn't. No,
cost
no. I mean,
yeah,
one,
4, I think.
four. That'd be five. That'd be six. He'd be there. So, so maybe that's what I'll just do there. All right. So
Yeah,
he's all
he's
right
happy.
anyway. All right. Hmm. Yeah, that didn't really work out. That sunken road kind of messes with me. I'm so offended. What can you do? All right, so that's going to be one, two, three, four. That's going to be one, two, three, four. That's going to be. He really can't, though. No, he can't. Hmm. And then I don't really want to do that either. Yeah, okay. Well, that's all a little frustrating, but that's life. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and mark some guys for charges. But only if I remember how. And that's frustrating. All right. I think it's just going to be that 3. I think so. All right. So we're going to go ahead and go over here. We're going to start right to left. We're going to go ahead and roll. And then we're going to roll again. That guy's probably not going in.
He's got the Meineke touch.
Yeah, not enough. All right. So he elects otherwise. And then the last guy down here is even
Oof.
worse. Wow. So much for my cunning plan. All right. Well, that means that somebody's going in alone. Awkward, but that's how baseball goes. All right. So he'll go ahead and charge. Uno, dos, tres.
Yes.
Care to countercharge?
I'm in skirmish. I can't.
I forgot those guys were skirmishers.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, in that case, I'll just. Really?
Yeah, they're all in skirmish order. They can't be in anything other than skirmish order.
So they have to retreat before close combat.
Exactly. So they're just nothing but overgrown speed bumps there to slow you down.
All right. Well, all right. Well, there we've made contact.
Okay. I guess I will move back 1.
All right.
And then I have to roll morale check, I think, right?
Yeah, it's
combat?
the retreat after it's a retreat before close combat.
Here we go.
Morale check.
47. I'm pretty sure I pass. Whoo, just barely. Now you know why they're skirmishers.
Yeah, no kidding. Holy smokes. All right. So let's think about that then. So what that means is at least one attacker must occupy the enemy front X. Comme ça. And then there's no pursuit because I'm sitting there in your zone of control.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's awkward, but that's how baseball went. So, all right then. Then that is it. Where the freak is the leader? Oh, I didn't ever move him. My bad. I hope you'll excuse me while I put the leader where he would actually be able to administer everything thereafter. All right. So that is it. And I think that makes it David's role. Is that right?
Nope, it's my roll, I think. Oh, no.
Is it? Is it?
No, I rolled the 99.
You
so,
did.
No,
You
yeah.
did. So it's David's. Yeah.
Yep. 09.
Hmm.
Another
Is that the
special
end turn
something.
marker?
It's battle tempo. Move the end turn marker box up one or down on the end of turn track.
Well, heck, move it down.
Yeah, because we moved most of the things we want to move, so why not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Roll again.
Okey-doke. Boom.
Well, that's one for you guys.
One for us.
Go
I'll
ahead.
go ahead and move up more of my cavalry over here on the west side, if
Hmm.
that's all right with you.
That's quite all right.
All right. I'll go ahead and roll for this guy since he's all by himself. He's in command. And let's see. Again, one of those effing sunken roads in the way.
I guess we just got to get further south, right?
Yeah, that there's the small matter of the enemy being a little further south. That's probably the only problem I've run into. Okay, if he did one, two, yeah, let's just do that. All right, so he's gonna go one, two, three, four, five, six, and he's gonna go one, two, three, four, five, six. He's gonna go one, two, three, four, five. And he's gonna go one, two, three, four, five. No, one, two, three, four, five, six. There, he's at six now. So we'll go ahead and roll for his disorder check, having passed over the sunken road. Probably okay because of the commander. He's a 29. If the leader is better than a 5, he's a 10.
Yeah.
So good enough. All right. So that is that for them.
All right. William has replied.
Oh,
He says,
wonderful.
I am interested in all types of war games, having collected about 30. I'm finally starting to bring them to the table. The only bar game that I have is the Battle of Monmouth from Clash of Arms.
Okay.
He writes, my grandson, who has taken an early interest in geography and history, was the original inspiration to re-examine the world of board games. First, the simple ones from my youth, and now more complex ones. A problem with this hobby is that you can be sent in many directions at the same time.
Oh boy,
I
is
have
that true?
followed Eric's recommendations on Napoleonic era games. Chris Prest has got me interested in World War I games. Well, thank you, William, for your reply. That's very
Yeah,
interesting.
very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I totally understand that because for me personally, I mean, I love these games, but I know some people who really seem to like just they've got like a system that they play, a series they play, and they hardly play anything else. And I just don't think I could do that. I've got too many interests in too many different directions, sometimes to my own frustration, to be
Right.
clear. Um, but well, like for example, I've got Banish All Their Fears, which is like 9 years war, so like 1600s. Kind of think of the
Right.
Age of Marlborough, kind of. So that just showed up. And I've got Winter's Victory, of course, the New England
Right.
Simulations ILAO game. Of course, neither one of them's on the table yet because I've got Luthen on the table. So as
Right.
soon as Luthen comes off, I hope to God I'll get one of those on the table before yet something else shows up. So yeah, it is a challenge. I admire your restraint at having only 30 war games, good sir.
He writes, my grandson has taken an interest in the War of 1812, a war fought
Oh,
near to
sure.
our location. I've gotten
Absolutely,
both
yeah.
strategic games and 4 small footprint games of the
Hmm.
Battle of Niagara Frontier by
Wow.
HFD. That must be
High
historic
flying dice.
high flying dice. Okay.
Yep, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and what's the other one? It's one that's oh gosh.
well,
There's one that's the War of 1812, but it's just that northern front. Very popular game. I don't know why I can't think of it.
yeah, I mean, I've got Amateurs to Arms, which
Oh, right,
is
of course. Yeah,
more of a sort of strategic or larger
right.
look at things. There's that new one, the sort of naval war on the Lake Ontario that came out
Oh,
recently that I had heard lots of good things about.
okay.
So, yeah, interesting.
Good times. Well, thanks for the answer there. And now, where are we?
It's
Where?
time for you to roll now.
Yeah, well, no wonder we're still waiting
Yeah.
because I didn't know that that's what we were supposed to do. So that's a 0-8 for
Oh,
the
another one for
Prussians.
the Prussians. God,
That's
we
a
got
free
so.
movement segment only, initiative required. David,
Oh my
you got anybody
God.
who needs to do initiative or needs to do a little movement? I
Should I
might
just
have
surrender
some.
now, gentlemen?
That is what we were kind of aiming for,
Yeah,
but
uh, oh my goodness.
I certainly could do some movement myself, but I could easily imagine you might have some that would be of interest. So, what do you think?
I'm not seeing anything that I like for movement unless,
Okay. Well, that's one answer.
yeah, if you've got something more, I mean, the only thing I see over here with the light cap, could move forward one with a
Yeah, but that's
couple
not really
units
very
there.
motivating, is it?
Yes, no. So
It's not. It's not like it's a position you really want to get into,
so yeah,
right?
no. If you've got something, go for it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking that my my cavalry got a little bit kind of strung out here, and so I'm thinking it might be advantageous to tidy up. I'm thinking Kilo Oscar, probably,
Hmm.
This guy here?
maybe,
Okay.
yeah, maybe Kilo Romeo. Just trying to decide which one. They're both sevens, so that shouldn't play into the decision. Um, yeah, let's do Kilo Romeo. Um, I think
That's this guy back here.
well, it's actually that guy there. I think because I think that's
Well,
is it.
that's Meineke. And who is Meineke?
Oh, sorry, my. Oh, that is Meineke. Oh,
Yeah, Meineke
I
is the
forgot
wing
there was a
commander.
third
Yeah.
command back. Well, no.
So Meineke is the wing commander.
No, he's not. Look at those units there in that hex with him.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's Penavier's.
That
Yeah, he's
yes,
part
they're
of
all part of
Penavere. Yeah.
Penavier's, right? Okay, so
So Krakow is
so
the is KR, right?
yes, he is. So where's the is Meineke just those two units?
No,
I'm look.
Meineke is this guy here who charged,
Oh,
and
marvelous,
yeah,
marvelous. Okay, not sure. Oh, they probably got disordered in the course of crossing the sunken road, if I had to guess.
yeah.
Just trying to figure out why they were disordered. Okay. Well, in that case, then Krakow is probably the better move. And trying to look for where the rest of them are. That's Meineke there.
So you got one here, two,
Oh, and the routed
three.
one.
Yeah, and the one that routed back.
The routed one back there. Okay, all right.
Well, and there's a routed one back here too.
Oh wow, boy, they did some world class stuff there, boys. Okay. Well, in that case, I still think it'd be better to have him forward. So I'll go ahead and do it. That's going to be Krakow. Those only a 5. Damn it, Jim.
I'm a doctor, not a miracle
I'm a
worker.
doctor, not a miracle. Screw it. I'm going to roll. Well, there you go.
All right. Well,
That's the thanks I get for all that agony.
go ahead and roll again. See what you get.
This time with feeling.
Yep, that's another one for you guys.
Okay. And let's see what else we got. How about Monstein, who's over here? And boop, boop, boop. Monstein is part of Bevern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So actually, he's in command all the way back to the king, thanks to the magic of Bevern being in the way. So that's Monstein, and he's got nobody disordered at the moment. Am I right?
Nope, he's got this guy right here that's disordered. That's M,
very
right?
good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep, that is the one. Yep. All right, so we'll roll for him. And boy, probably not. Doubt that guy's
Ooh, just missed it.
missed by 1. Hate it when that happens. All right, well that's fair. That's how that goes. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start marching up and down the square, and we'll do it like that. Take your shots.
All right, so I've got 6 times 2 is going to be 12. It's a 1-to-1. No pluses, no minuses, I guess. A 91 at 1-to-1. That's going to be good enough for a hit.
Gonna be a hit. And a disorder check because it's op fire.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I keep forgetting to look at that side of the table.
Easy to forget, it really is. Okay. All right. And then this guy's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's doing oblique marching and entering an enemy zone of control. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to guess that the op fire happens first because his movement isn't complete until it's complete.
Okay.
And the op fire is as he's leaving the hex before, so you can shoot with 2 increments, which means it's 1 to 3.
Okay. Well, it's going to be, 4 to 10.
Well, it's going to be 4 to 10, so it's going to be 1 to 3, and I think you need a 90.
Right. I don't think
to
there's
get a
any
disorder
pluses,
chance.
right? Because
No, there's not, because he's only a 7, but a 90 or more would have been enough for at least a disorder check, which could have been advantageous for you, but okay. Now I got to roll a disorder check anyway for the rapid march. And those guys are not going to be that good. Yeah. So they are disordered. All right. The feces continue hitting the rotary impeller. 1, 2, 3.
All right.
Again,
I guess that's the same thing, right?
Same thing. Yeah, it's 1, 3.
Here we go. That's a miss.
Okay, good times. La, 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 la. We'll go ahead and prolong him forward. And then we're gonna one, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. And then we're going to move him here. Yes, exactly. All right, so that should be that.
Did you want to move this guy up to keep him in
Oh,
command?
yeah, I always forget this
Yeah.
guy. He's disordered, so I'm just going to move him that far because if I move him any farther, he's going to end up having to do rapid marching, and I just don't want to go there. All right, very good. All right, so we'll go ahead and do close combat here, I guess.
All right.
And so we'll start from the left. Unbelievable. All right, that's almost certainly shaken and disordered, but it's worth a look.
Is this a
Zero
morale check?
one. No, it's just oh no, wrong column, wrong table here. 0-1. If he's in an Ezok, he's shaken and disordered. Okay, good times. Oi. All right, we'll try the next one, this time with feeling.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Oh, he was half. He's all chopped up anyway. So.
Well, yeah, but I mean, against skirmishers, I thought it was still worth a try.
Yeah.
All right, and the last one. See if we can get the vassal die roller to give me 3 0-1s in a row. No, no 3 zeros in a row this time. Okay, all right. So that one's going in.
But he's disordered.
Disorder doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
yeah.
It's just half of his strength
Right.
points. But I don't figure you're standing anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. And I'll roll you over if you do stand. So whatever, doesn't matter.
Well,
So obviously there is only one close combat as a result. That's this one. So that's the one we'll do first. So
Right.
you can
So you're going to identify. You would identify. I mean, he's the only one you could attack, right? So that's
yeah,
easy
that
to
is
identify.
yeah, that is the only close combat. So that's the one. And so we've done the individual combat designation. And by the way, I mean, I got to tell you, even as a longtime player, I really admire the nice like sequence of play on the back of the main rules.
Right.
Tremendously helpful. So then there's either the defender morale check or the retreat before close combat. Your choice.
Right. And I have to move. I can't.
One.
I can't move sideways. I'd have to because I couldn't move here. I've got to move
Well,
here or
no,
here.
certainly
Right,
not.
yeah.
No, you'd need to move to one of your rear hexes for
Right.
sure, and
Or-
one or two.
Mm-hmm. We'll just retreat one, I guess, and
Sure. Yeah.
see how well we do.
Mm-hmm. All right. Very good. And then you roll the morale check
Yep.
for the
So they're going to be
shaken probably.
yeah, because I think they're 40. Yep, they're
Yeah,
all 40.
yeah.
Keeps it
Okay,
simple that
right.
way.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's find a little shaken marker for them. Okay.
And I think I gotta move in and maintain that facing because I'm in an enemy zone of control. So
Yep.
I don't think I have any choice about changing facing, whether I'd want to or not. It's neither here nor there. Yeah, you get a flank shot with those guys.
Right.
That's sure. Okay. All right. Well, that was, utterly disappointing. So I got that going for me. I think it's your roll now.
Okay. Well, that's still one for you guys.
Still one for us, but you didn't roll high enough to keep yourself
Oh,
from doing anything. I'm a little disappointed with that.
oh, given enough time, you still have enough commands to burn up.
Yeah, we're gonna do what we can there.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay. All right. I guess we can do put Comer here. He's the one way
Yep.
off here
Yep.
to the far right. He's in command too for the same reason because Bevern is in command. So okay, good enough. And he's got a disordered unit. He's gonna undisorder, and then that unit's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're not gonna move very far. So that's gonna be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. And man, just it's random keys here. Swear to God. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Yeah, that's how it's got to be. All right. Then I'll just put him here, and I will turn him, and I will flip him, and that's going to be that. And so then it's David's roll. Is that right?
I believe so.
Roll high, David.
Go roll high. Where's the dice here? Bam. Nope, not high enough.
David.
32 is pretty high, if you ask me.
Okay. We may be down to
I think there's just this guy over here, right? Brunswick.
I think you're right. I think that is
Yeah.
our last one.
And all right, what am I doing with him? I actually kind of like the way he is. Let's see.
Oh, because the artillery's already acted.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you don't need to do anything if you don't want to.
Actually, what I want to do is I'll do here or here, put him in a hook.
Mm.
Let's see. Where's the hook thing? Formation. Hook.
You're what? That would be a left hook?
Left hook.
There you go. So just flick the counter.
No, I
Yeah.
moved him the way I wanted him.
Yeah.
And yep. Or do you want me to flip the or?
No, you've got the hook. The hook thing. Sometimes it pops up right hook. Sometimes it pops up left hook.
Yeah,
And then you
sometimes
just
have
have
to
to
flip it
flip
over.
the hook counter to
Right.
get the right one to reflect.
One. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Good. I guess it's back
me
over to you.
now.
Yeah.
It's my turn to roll high.
Oh, that's one for me. One for me. Oh my gosh.
Well, it was going to be one to you anyway, I guess, but it wasn't high enough. Dang it.
And my people are all in a terrible, terrible, horrible situation.
I don't know what you're worried about. It doesn't seem that bad to me.
It doesn't. How very interesting of you to say such a thing.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you feel terrible about it, but
Well,
still.
yeah, I'm just coming apart at the seams. I'm trying to build some sort of battle line here without a lot of without quite knowing how to do that. So, who do I need to really, really, really get somewhere? We got people coming up on the other side. You've got your heavy cavalry coming. You've got more heavy cavalry over there. And then my poor little troops. 1, 2, 3 would get them there. We could sort of start to. Well, let's see. Am I guaranteed how many? Oh, we still have one more to go. So I've got this and potentially one more.
Right. Well, potentially more than one more,
More
but
than
at
that,
least
but
one more,
at
right?
least one more. So the question is, who do I need to get in the right position first? Poor Veed is in an unenviable position where he's at now. Hmm. All right. So So, Michael, what is the advantage for infantry being in the woods? I know I can still be in line.
Uh, well, obviously, if you are
I got
deep enough in the woods, then nobody can charge you.
right. No, but
And
I
then I
still
say,
I want to be able to. So the question is,
yeah,
by having infantry in the woods,
yes.
would it act as some way would it make it challenging then for your cavalry to move into or through or around the woods?
Okay. And actually, I take it back. It is 2 special movement cost or special cavalry movement and then a disorder check. So it's not like they couldn't charge you if you were deeper into the woods. It's just it
Right.
would be harder. They'd get less impetus and maybe they'd run the risk of being murdered. So certainly if you did that, you the cavalry would have to run the risk that you've got somebody around behind them
Right.
and that could be a potential issue. So they'd have to either send that really shot up group of Holson's guys over there to keep an eye on you or something like that. I would think.
Right.
Um, so that's certainly an idea for trying to forestall the inevitable debacle that will be your right flank.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I thought I was muted. Sorry.
Nope, nope, nope. It's pretty much what you have said there.
I'm hoping
Um,
so.
yeah, no, I think you're going to get that to happen. The quality of my little troopers there, and I'm just, you know, terrible series of bad luck. The last 2 turns where the command stuff all went to pieces
Mm,
has made it very problematic for my poor little guys. All right, we're going to activate Veed.
okay.
So I will roll for him since he's well out of command, and he's out of
Oh,
command.
not so much. Okay.
Well, or maybe he is. Well, a 9, I don't think there's anybody who's
No,
anything less than
nobody's a
that. Yeah.
nine. Yeah.
So, um,
But again, if he's not planning on doing rapid marching, he's not planning on doing any attacks, then doesn't matter.
yeah. Okay. He's got a couple of people that are way out here on the western side of the
Oh,
universe.
that's right.
Let's try to
Yeah.
move them. So this guy's going to
Knights
go
5,
1, and 2,
2.
3 gets him there, or 2 gets him there, and this
What
guy's
2
going
gets
to
him
go.
there?
This
Disorder
guy's
check
going
for
to go
him.
there. This guy will go here, and then he'll go here, I guess. Okay, so this guy will roll an 08. Special results on the old disorder check table. Should have been memorized by now.
You would think so. 08 is, if he's a
Uh,
26 or better, it's a +10. Otherwise, it's just straight up. So just roll.
Guess what? Yeah, he's definitely on the 66. Hey, he's okay.
Okay. All good. Okay.
All right, now we move over to the other part of Veed's line. And I got to try to figure out how to make some kind of line here with these guys. All right. Well, let's start by moving the cavalry first, and then we can figure out where to put them. So 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 4, 5, I guess. And this guy will go one more, and then they can both turn. Okay. All right, that looks something reasonable. This chap here, let's turn him. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's going to turn then, whoops, 5 and 6. This guy is going to turn, let's see, 1, 2, and that's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and then these guys are going to turn 1, 2, and then that's going to be 3 and 4 to get there. And these guys, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Standing on that tectonic fault there.
Exactly. That's why they seem to be upside down, apparently. All right. These guys are just going to turn.
Thank you.
This guy's going to turn 1, 2, 3, and 4 gets him there. And let's see, this guy is going to go 1, 2, whoops, 2, 3, 4. And this guy's then going to turn 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Veed is starting to form the flank-ish thing. All right, I'll activate these grenadiers while I've got them handy. So that's going to be 1, 2, and then I think I will put them into line. So 3.
3, 4.
Is it 3, 4 going that way?
Yeah, it'd be 3 if he went straight to the right, but if he only goes slightly to the right,
facing
it's
that
3,
way,
4.
you mean? Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Yep. So that takes care of Veed.
All right.
And let's. Can I do some cannon fire here while I'm in the neighborhood?
I don't see any reason why not.
Or do I have to do it when I act? Well, I can always do it at the end of the turn, right? It doesn't matter. I
Independent.
Suppose.
Yeah. I mean, really, you should do it in the proper order.
Yeah.
But I mean, whatever.
Okay. Then don't worry about it. I'll do it on my next activation. Woo woo.
There you go. Job done. All right. So who's up now?
Oh, I think we're back over to David.
Okay, David.
Heck,
99
already? 99.
99.
Oh. A 0-4 for you. That's going to be
Free combat segment.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Free combat segment.
Free?
It's free.
Well, you can't use your light cavalry since they've already
They've
gone.
already had their free
Yep,
combat.
yep.
Right. Well, then I guess we'll just do Crossig, Kilo Oscar, and go ahead and do the one we talked about doing before.
Okay.
That one there.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, screw it. All right, so let's go ahead and do this guy and this guy both. And we'll leave the other ones to do something another time. So we'll start over here. 69.
All right.
And
That's
this one over
convincing.
here, 51. That should be enough with a -12 leader aboard. So let's just do that. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. I know you're surprised, but there it is.
Stunned.
And
Stunned.
I'm shocked, I tell you. Shocked. All right. One.
All right, I will try to countercharge you, I guess, with this chap.
Sure. Why not?
54. I'm pretty sure I passed.
Okay,
Yes.
there we go.
So we move up.
Boom, boom, boom. Okay, very good. All right, so we will let's start with that one there. Uh, Defender needs to do a
Up. Yep. Let's
morale
see.
check first.
55. And then is that a
Probably
minus 10 for
enough.
being shaken?
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah, so
so you
42
need
is all I
42 or
needed.
better, right?
Yep.
All right. So we got 1.5 to 1 are the odds. And then I'm plus 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And you are 4, 5,
6 minus
6. Minus
5.
5 is 1,
1.
so it's plus 11.
Yep.
Okay, so 1.5 to 1 plus 11.
So when I need a. Oh,
And
it's
we
a
get a special result.
results.
Inevitably.
So you
Where's the
lose
special
3,
result?
and I lose 2, and
Where's the
morale
special
checks all
result?
around.
Okay. So let's do three. Okay. And okay, you lose 2. All
Yep.
right. And so then you are at 42.
Yep.
So definitely you roll first.
22. So we're going to
All right.
bust.
So you lose a strength point in a route.
Do, 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 do. Whoops. All right, so they're going to bug out and go 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's
Gotta
why
go
we left
one
the
more.
gap there.
Mind the gap.
Indeed.
All right, very good. And then we're gonna roll for that guy.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna have a lot
He's
of
happy.
pluses. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna have a lot of pluses for being in line and the leader. So not much reason to worry there. All right, and okay, hitting random keys again. Nothing to see here. All right, so I will advance into follow, and then we'll. There's nobody there but a leader, so
Correct.
I will go ahead and roll for the pursuit points at 7. I will elect not to use any, and I will roll to recall. And maybe don't. Recall.
So recall is a type of morale check.
Recall is a type of disorder check. Recall is type F. 0, 5 for the Prussians is if stacked with the leader doubler, the leader's bonus, otherwise reroll with a +5. So I'll reroll with a +5. And he was a 21, so that's good enough. All right, and then we'll go back to this other battle here, which is going to be 1 to 1. And let's see. So it's going to be pretty close to even up. It's going to be, I charged 1, I think, if memory serves.
Yep. And
You
I
charged
charged
1, if memory serves. So it looks like it's going to be 1 to 1 minus 1.
1 to 1 minus 1. So
Because
I
of the
have,
slope.
yeah, Okay, because the slope does what? Is it -1 or
It's
-2?
minus
Oh, it's
two to the
-2.
attacker.
Okay,
Yeah, so I'm one better than you on the printed value.
right.
We're equal in terms of our charge ability, so basically it's just -1.
Okay. 0-0.
Okay, wow, we are crossing some sabers here. So that is 1 for me and 3 for
Ooh,
you.
that was a good roll for you.
Oh, well, I don't know that I'd go quite that far, but all right.
Well, you've nearly wiped out that whole unit because he's only got 5 increments,
I
right?
suppose so. He's
Yeah,
half dead now. I'm
yeah.
half dead now. Right. Okay. And he's going to be rolling.
He's got a 32. He's going to roll before you do, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, so go ahead and roll him.
Okay. Let's see. 19. He's going
Okay,
to bug
never
out.
mind. And that's another increment, too.
Yep. So now there's even less
So
of him.
more or less vaporized.
Let's
Definitely
see.
some serious crossing of sabers there, boys.
Indeed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops. Where did he go? He went too far. So
Yeah, that doesn't
1,
seem
2,
right.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
I
because he went
believe
forward one more. That's why he's one ahead of the other guy. Okay.
2, 3, 4.
1,
No,
2,
no, no, no,
3,
no,
4,
no.
5. Oh, he's back here then. 6.
No.
Which way is he?
1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, you're right. I'm counting from where your guy is.
Yeah, I
Okay.
haven't advanced yet.
Okay.
Okay, but I am advancing. And checking for pursuit. A whopping 1. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't see any reason to even screw with it. I mean, vaporizing that one extra step, I just don't, to me, it doesn't seem worth it. But here's the reason why I feel that way.
Right.
Because, again, with the fatigue rolls that I'm playing in Luthen, if you use, oh no, I think is it if you use any free movement or any pursuit points? Anyway, it increases the chances of fatigue if you pursue. In this case, I mean, the only thing it does is slightly increase my chance of
Order
of,
does
of
put you in line with the other guy.
yeah, which isn't bad actually. So I mean, I'll take the +5 chance. It does vaporize your unit.
Okay. Well, that certainly is no
I mean, we
great
got
loss
we
for
got a
me.
morale check at the top of the hour coming up here.
Yeah.
You know that 1 might be the difference right there. So I'll go ahead and roll with a +5 there. Okay, so he is all good. So all right, well then I think that was it for that special activation. And I have no idea whose turn it is, but I noticed that it's now almost 11 o'clock Central Time.
Yeah.
So not really
think
sure.
I did I roll that? I think I rolled that.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. If you say so, I believe it.
That was a free combat thing, right? So we
That
do
was.
need
It was
to
a
do the
0.
other
Right.
roll.
So go ahead and chuck another one. See what we got.
Chuck another one. See what we get.
All right, that's one
Wasn't really
for
high
me.
enough, David.
No,
Wasn't really high enough, David.
All right. So now we'll do some shooting of the guns.
Oh, fine.
Yeah. We figured might as well.
boy, you got lots of guns.
He's got a lot of guns, and they are unnaturally effective.
All right. So I'll fire. I've got this howitzer up here on this hill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll fire on this guy here. Howitzer at a range of 5 is times 3. So that's going to be 6 to 10.
10, yeah. So
And,
1 to 2?
No pluses, no minuses from the looks of it.
Probably not.
Yep, because you've got 5 increments there.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. 75. I don't think that's
I think
enough
so.
to do
Not a 1 to
anything.
2. Yeah.
Yep. All right. So let's mark him as finished. Whoops. I marked him as captured. Wrong counter. Soon enough, though, right?
Well,
All right. Now, let's see. I've got these guys here on this hill, and they can fire down on your disordered cavalry.
they, yeah, in fact,
One, two,
yeah,
three,
yeah. In
four.
fact, they did already once, didn't they? Why?
They did, as part
Is
of a
that a special
free
result?
shot. Yeah, as part of the
Yeah,
special. So
yeah.
that's why they're not marked as finished, but I have a little
Yep,
finish
yep.
marker here next to their man. So one, two,
Yeah,
three,
yeah. Makes
four.
good sense.
So that's going to be a range of 4. They are also still ×3. So that's going to be 6 to 10, but I'll have a
Right,
plus something because you've got 12 increments there, right? So I'll have a
right.
plus 15. Okay, here we go. 67 plus 15. That's going to be
80,
77, 82.
82, yeah.
And that's an R result, but I don't think that does anything.
No, it won't in this case,
Yeah,
no. And it's an
so,
odd number, so no morale check either.
yep.
All right.
So they're finished. And then I got my 6-pounders here, and I think they're going to fire on those guys again. And I think I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, range of 8 with the 6-pounders. I think they were ×3, so that's going to be 6 to 10. But you've got 20
1 to 2
increments
plus
there.
25, didn't
Yeah.
we decide? 1
Yep,
to
1
2
to
plus
2 with a plus
25.
25. 67 plus 25. That's going to be a
What,
72, 92.
92
That's
at,
enough for a hit,
enough for a hit.
but no
Okay.
morale check.
All right. We'll go ahead and, oh, it's fire combat, so it should be on the unit on top. So he will take that. All right.
Okay, and let's go ahead and mark him as finished. All right, so now we need to move some more people around. And it's a big mess. Let's see. Where are things the most desperate? Everywhere. Bup, 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 bup. I'm not really in a position where I can counterattack you with my cavalry. Let's see. I will activate this guy here, Starrenberg. And let's see, I'm going to backup move costs
Plus
2
1.
points, right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
he's going to back up like that. And
I
then,
like where you're
and then he
doing.
can turn, right?
Certainly, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that's
All right.
3. Yep.
All right, let me go ahead and roll for him. 07. We've had more zeros here, haven't
Yeah,
we?
we've had a few of those, so that is
Disorder,
going to
movement
be
action,
so
re-roll. Okay,
re-roll,
so
and
let
we'll
me just
see if.
roll and see what we get.
Yep.
A 41.
Ooh, that one's close enough that
And
no,
he's a 30. So it's just a plus 10. So that would
plus
be a
10. So he
40. Yeah,
just
he
made
just
it.
barely did it.
Yep.
All right. And then this guy, we're going to put in a hook.
Okay.
So let's find a little hook mark for him. Hook. And a left hook would protect that flank, correct?
Indeed.
Okay. Okay. All right. That's good to know. Um, all right. And then what else have I got? I've got this guy here can turn. Whoops. I didn't want to do that. He's here, so I can turn him. There's 1, 2. He goes there. So I have some semblance of a line there, don't I?
Yes, you're. All you really need to do is just turn around and stack your muskets.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the idea. How did you guess?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And um, I think that is it for the moment with them. That should hopefully. Well, let's see what he can do. 1, 2. He could charge down. I gotta try to do something here to save my poor little people. Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. Well, it is what it is.
Cadet?
Yep. So let's go ahead and roll, or we can probably just halt things here, right? Since it's kind of late.
We could, yeah. I mean, I think we're in a position where we've just got a handful of activations for you, and then the
Right.
rally phase, and then we'll have the army morale check
Right.
because it'll be the top of the hour for 4 o'clock. So yeah, I
Right.
mean, I think it makes sense, right? It's 11 o'clock Central, and so we've been at it a while.
I will read the final comments here from our friend William
Oh, lovely.
in Kitchener, Ontario. So he says, the War Along the Great Lakes by Worthington Publishing. I think that's the one that you were referring to that covers
It's not,
that
but I'm
northern.
actually I'm intrigued by the one he just mentioned. That's not the one I was thinking of.
Oh, okay.
I,
Okay.
I'm looking for the one that I'm thinking of. I will name it here in a moment.
And then he says, I
Uh,
finally got to meet another dedicated wargamer in Kitchener, James Whitmer, a retired history teacher. He does a lot of
very nice.
solitaire and vassal, but he would be willing to play some face to face.
All
So,
right.
well, William, if you can arrange it, that would be fun. It's certainly a lot of fun to play with another person,
Oh, certainly,
as
certainly.
opposed to doing
Well, here
doing
we go.
something there.
The one that I'm thinking of, it's from Academy Games. It's called 1812 Invasion of Canada.
Hmm.
And the reason why I bring it up especially is because it's got a little bit of card action in it. It's got both regulars and militia on the US side. It's got I'm trying to remember, does it have regulars and militia on the British side as well? I'm trying to remember, are there Indians in this one, or am I misremembering it? It's the Indians are in the 1775. There's another one that's the U.S. Revolution,
Right.
but this one is just the northern front of the invasion of Canada. Um, I don't know. I think it would be the sort of thing that you could probably get a grandson to be able to grok pretty well. I know one of the things, it's like it's cubes. It's not hex and counter, anything like that. And you're kind of desperately trying to get enough units raised and get them to the front. And there are some special cards that let you occasionally use water movement, which can really mess the other guy up. And then, if memory serves, it's got this interesting technique where um, the game ends when both of you have played a truce card. When one of you has played a truce card, I don't remember. There's kind of the ending is not always 100% certain,
Huh.
like when it happens. So anyways, interesting stuff, and it really, in my experience, is it's a tough battle for both sides, really. um, and the lakes kind of divided up into different theaters, right? Because obviously there's three different land gaps, right?
Right.
There's on the west side of Lake Erie and the east side of Lake Erie, west of Lake Ontario, and then the east side of Lake Ontario. So it's kind of a lot of things going on there, and you can't really move people from one to the other too much unless you get one of those cards that lets you use your boats. Anyway, if if Canadian history, Canadian geography, I mean, your house is probably on this map. So
Your
if that's
house is
interesting to you,
here. Yes.
that's exactly right. And I don't know, it doesn't have that great of a rating on Board Game Geek. It's only a 7.3, but I really enjoyed it when we played it. And we played it at a convention, and it was the kind of game you could just explain to somebody, and it just didn't take very long. You could just get on and play. So, in fact, I think that's part of it. There's probably a way to play it two-player, but I think it's actually a four-player game natively. Yeah, it says 2 to 5 players, and I think there are Indians in this as well. So, so there's a lot going on in there. So, but I don't know. You probably play a two-player as well.
Cool.
So there we go. All right. Well, gentlemen, thanks for the entertainment this
Go
evening.
ahead and make sure you hit the save button.
I have saved, and it is saved now, and so we are all good to go, and we'll meet same bat time, same bat station.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna go back into the lab tomorrow and try to remember if I know what I'm doing for my work, since it's been two
Oh.
weeks since I've been there.
Well, you've been
Yeah,
traveling all this time.
yeah, you're not flying out anywhere tomorrow again, huh?
No, I'm not, and that's why I say. I mean, I actually have to go down to the lab and go do all the things that I've been getting asked. Hey, does this work? Does that work? Give me a minute. Let me go look. So we'll give that a try. If I can remember how to use my phone to get into the building, that'll be great.
So William says the Worthington game is also with cubes. The Academy game sounds interesting. Kitchener,
Okay.
then Berlin, was not founded until 1812. York and London were.
Well, that's the place where your house is
Yes.
there, even if your house wasn't there. How about we just
There
leave
you
it at
go.
that?
There you go.
All
That
right.
works. That works. Well,
Okay.
that's pretty cool.
It
So,
is
yeah.
absolutely.
Hey, I did mean to ask you, Michael.
What's that?
We've got, they Consim this year is going to be there in July,
Yes,
and
yes.
so I was curious if you were going to be planning on going out there.
You know, I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
Uh, we've been going 10 rounds here at the house, trying to figure out exactly when we're traveling where
Mm-hmm.
over the summer, and it didn't help matters that my wife and daughter's passports had expired.
Oh my.
So I'm going to say yes. Hold that thought. TBD.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah. I mean, do I want to be there? Sure, I do. I mean, I don't miss. I think the only time I've ever missed was when I was out of the country.
Okay. Well, cool.
So I expect to be there.
Well, then I don't know if you have anyone has signed up on your dance card yet, but I thought we could maybe play something with one of these
Yeah,
games. I've got
yeah.
this new ALOW game that's coming from Sound of the Drums.
Which would be great,
Yeah.
and I hope it would be here by then. That's plenty of time.
Apparently
So it
they're
should
they're
be.
shipping it out.
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
great.
it's actually I think it should be arriving in
Right,
most people's hands here by March or so.
right.
Um,
I I know I've talked with some guys that I was playing that old Victory Games Second Fleet um, game.
okay,
It's the Norwegian Sea.
right.
It's NATO versus Soviets, and we played it for one day, which was ridiculous. One day was never going to be enough. I don't know why we did it for one day. So I said, I'd love to play it again, but we absolutely should schedule 2 days so we can get deeper into the game.
Right.
And so other than that, I don't really have anything firmly arranged. So yeah, so that that seems like that would leave time for some ALOW action.
Okay. Well, cool. I've got to find out with the other guys that are coming out there what they want to play. We talked about doing Dresden last year, and then David Minery said that he's planning on going out there. So we might be able to organize a La Bataille
Okay.
with David and myself and Rick and Mike. So I'm not sure
What
when
are
we're gonna.
the what are the
So
dates?
the dates,
July this year, which is unusual compared to previous years. It is
yeah,
July.
it
Oh,
is
come on.
it's the 13th through the 20th is what I've got on my calendar.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah,
actually says 12th
yeah,
through
the 12th
20th
through
on
the
the
20th. Yeah.
website. But yeah, so it's earlier than it's been in previous years. Don't know why,
Well,
but
it used to be there in late June, early July,
no,
and
it's been
yeah,
all over the place, really.
yeah.
Yeah,
But I
it's
think
just
the
the last
last
couple of
3
years have
years
been
it's been
pretty
in
late.
August, late August.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So this is a little different, and I'm just gonna have to check with my wife and daughter and just try to make sure that I understand the schedule to make sure that that's gonna work. I hope it will, but we'll see.
And that's in Tempe.
Uh huh.
correct.
Okay. And
Yep.
is it if I got out there for half a week, would it be better early or later?
Mm,
It
mm.
depends on what you want to do. I would say earlier is probably better. So
Yeah,
usually towards the tail end of the week, a lot of people are heading home.
packing up and heading
Um,
out. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean it's definitely the sort of thing where you know you schedule games in advance, especially because the con really well it used to be called Monster Con. It was all about playing monster games and just having a ballroom full of people who just set the games up and can leave them set up for days because you're
Hmm.
going to need it. And in fact, who are we kidding? Some of these games, the first day is just setting up, and you still don't get through the whole game in a week.
yeah,
So depending upon that, if people are setting up monster games, they're probably setting them up early in the week.
Right.
And then, so, towards the end of the week is where things start breaking up and getting into a little more open gaming, where the people who were going to play a monster game and they played 4 days and went, okay, thumbs up, let's go try something else. But I would definitely, at this con, have something planned. But
yeah,
early's probably better, to be fair.
yeah. So depending on what's going on, if you wanted to join us in a La Bataille game, I'm sure we can figure something out.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There's
Oh,
any number
no.
of possible
And I don't
options.
know if the Marshall guys are going to be out there. They usually are.
Yeah, they might be coming out. Usually they come out towards the tail end of the week. They usually come out Wednesday and then play
Mm,
Thursday, Friday, kind of a thing.
okay.
Um, so we'll just have to see what's going on
Right.
with all of their adventures. Um, but yeah, okay. Well, cool. I just wanted to touch base with you about that. Let's see, we have a couple of more people who piped in here. William says most 1812 games have a Native American element.
Yeah, makes sense.
Tecumseh and Joseph Brant were important figures in the War of 1812.
Okay. Fair enough.
And then we have Wardrobe Plays WW2. I'm sure you're winding down now, but good evening. Thank you for well wishes there, Wardrobe. He says Tempe is on his bucket list there.
Oh, you have to do it, man. You
Yeah.
do. It's
So yeah, so he says
it.
show up on day 2 and leave on day 5 to avoid setup and teardown.
Okay, that's one way of
You
doing
let
it.
you let
I
everybody else do all the setup for you there, Wardrobe. There you
I
go.
I will just tell my Consim World Expo story. So I went for 1, 2, 3 years, and kind of got the hang of it. But then I was taking a job assignment overseas. So I didn't go the summer before we left. And then
Right.
the 2 years I was overseas, I didn't go. So then I come back, and here it is. It's 2018. And I'm like, okay, I came here 3 years, but I haven't been here in 3 years. You know, am I going to know anybody?
Right.
And I check in, go up to my room, I come downstairs, and I'm gonna walk across the courtyard. And between the time I start walking across the courtyard, between that and getting to the registration table, which is at the front of the ballroom, I had stopped and had conversations with 5 people that I knew well enough to stop and have a conversation with.
Right.
And I thought clearly there was no basis for my concern, because it's the same folks.
Right.
And once you've been there a couple of years, you get to know people. I mean, obviously, you just it is literally a case of you are with your tribe.
Yes.
These are people who get the same jokes. They know the same kind of people. They know Richard Berg is this weird character who did a bazillion war games, and you can kind of start up a conversation with nearly anybody because
Right.
of so much common background and information that you all share. So, if you get a chance to go to Consim World Expo, I can't recommend it highly enough.
Well, very good. There you go.
All right, there you
And on
go.
that happy note, we will end the live stream and
Very
wish
good.
everyone